Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Since the FC25 new update, I've seen hundreds of comments about how it's so difficult to defend after the patch, so that's what we're going to talk about now. Firstly, I'm going to show you why defensive gameplay has become a nightmare with this new update. In this new patch, IA has increased attacking IQ of the AI, and they reduced the FC IQ for defending. There are different reasons why the defending is so hard right now, but this one is the biggest reason. As you can see in this clip, I'm defending inside my own box, and I have no supports from my midfielders. They just stood outside the box doing nothing. In this clip, I was playing with two CDMs, and still they don't come back to defend. The positioning of my players is awful unless I'm controlling them manually. So this leaves us to only one option. If you want to defend very well with this new patch, you have to be able to switch your players quickly, because AI won't position your players for you anymore. So if you want to solve this issue, you have to bring back your midfielders manually to come and press. The second reason why the defending is awful with this patch is poor positioning of players. In this clip, this is my center back who's supposed to track back and defend, but he didn't, which leads to a goal. Here's another clip. This is my center back running out of position when I didn't ask him to. Imagine if he didn't win tackle, my defense is going to be left exposed. These types of things are out of anyone's control, and I hope they fix it. The second reason why defending is so hard is because the players are playing with high width. You know, in FC24 formation and tactics, you can adjust how close your players will be to each other by changing your width. But you can't do that anymore. The defense is too wide, and there are more space for your opponent to use. I want you to observe something. When defending, there are three different spaces in your defense. The space between your left back and first center back. The space between the two center backs, and then the space between your right back and the second center back. Your opponent can only penetrate your defense by using any one of those spaces. So if you want to stop your opponent from getting past your defense line, you have to be able to defend those spaces. The mistake that most players make is try to press with one player while defending. Watch this. Let's assume that your opponent decide not to pass and try to dribble across your defense with one player. What most players will do is try to press the ball holder with one player, following him wherever he takes them, even if it's out of position. If you press with this center back all the way here, you'll be taking him out of position, which will give your opponent free access to one of the spaces we are trying to defend. So in a situation like this, don't take your players out of position, and always switch to your next player that is close to the ball holder, instead of trying to press with one player and taking him out of position. Another problem in this new patch is that the defenders move faster than before. This means you have to be extremely careful while defending. Anytime you're defending in the box, don't just move your players around without using jockey. Activate your jockey by holding L2 or LT. This will reduce the speed of your players, and it will reduce the way you miss the target whenever you're trying to defend. Anytime your opponent is approaching, what we want to do is deny him a safe passage into those spaces I talked about earlier. So make sure your defenders are close to each other as much as possible, and always use your jockey to stay in front of the ball holder. As long as you're switching cursor quickly to your nearest player to the ball holder, and you're standing firm in front of your opponent as fast as you can, you will be fine. Make use of your right stick switching to change indicators instead of using L1 or LB. Here is the best settings for right stick switching. Furthermore, be careful with your tackles whenever you're defending. Most players commit their defenders too early by trying to tackle. You should know that if you miss a tackle inside the box, it's going to be hard to recover. You have to be close to your opponent before you initiate a tackle. You can also make a tackle if your opponent takes an heavy touch. You can use this to your advantage. But if your opponent is keeping the ball close to his feet, you need to be careful with your tackles. And make use of hard stand tackle by holding R1 before tackling. This will make your defender stretch his legs longer than usual. If this video helped you, make sure you like and subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you.